Well, hello and welcome to a rather damp and dismal Oxford Stadium, where today Bradford Northern try to get their championship programme back on schedule and where they entertain Wakefield Trinity. Go straight into the team news. Bradford Northern, Peter Fox ringing the changes after that rather disastrous result at Oldham in midweek. See David Watson at number 2. Gary Christie, recently signed this week from Wakefield Trinity, making his debut at number 2. David Fraze, Paul Newell, David Myers from the three-quarter line. Robbie Paul, another debut boy, the New Zealand junior, signed in the close season by Bradford Northern. He starts his first game at number 6 and is partnered by captain Derek Fox at number 7. Roy Powell, Neil Summers, a man in many parts this season, he switches to number 9. With John Hamer recalled at number 10. Eugene Vaughanville, Brian McDermott and Paul McMedley form a very, very pacey back three. And the substitutes for Bradford Northern are Roger Simpson and Paul Dixon. The Wakefield Trinity team, they line up with John Hurst at full back, David Wilson, Dio Powell, recently signed from Bradford Northern at number 3, Adrian Friend, one of a very promising group of juniors coming through the ranks at Wakefield Trinity, and Paul Brown from the left wing flank. Aaron Whittaker and Billy Conway are at 6 and 7, with the giant Ian Marlowe at 8, Neil Bell at 9 and Gildart at 10. Robert Peaver, Richard Slater and Mike Forshaw, the former Wigan player and the captain of Wakefield Trinity this season, form their back three. And their substitutes today are David Bailey and John Thompson. John Thompson been in the game a very long time, bags of experience. Paul Harkin and Nigel Stevenson, two former halfbacks with Bradford Northern, both respective assistant coaches with the club, just talking to the charges down there. Certainly a big game. Wakefield Trinity, after a very, very bright start, has slipped rather alarmingly, as David Hobbs would say, down the table. And Bradford Northern, after their tremendous start, 8 wins out of 8 matches, they've slipped just recently, only winning one of the last 4 matches, and they desperately need to get their championship challenge back on course. The introduction of Gary Christie will give that little bit of extra pace to Bradford Northern. That's up him and David Fraze get plenty of ball this afternoon where they can demonstrate it. Certainly very charged up, Bradford Northern, of course, as we said, wanting to get their challenge back on course, but Wakefield Trinity with their big Oxford contingent in Paul Harkin, David Hobbs and Brian Noble, certainly going to prove, but Derek Fox gets the ball away. And straight away, it's Richard Slater who takes the ball and drives in. Richard Slater in many parts, played most of his career at full back or in the centre. Bradford moving up very, very fast. Marlowe drives in. Roy Powell have a little bit more scope in the second row today. Whittaker a little bit the heart of most things for Wakefield. Be interesting to see how Robbie Paul goes on. Certainly a big occasion for the youngster. Plenty of accolades before he actually reached the shores, and Peter Fox very, very wisely has kept him under wraps, let the youngster mature in the Alliance team under the guidance of Neil Holding and Nigel Stevenson. Bradford Northern now just looking to get out of 25. Roy Powell drives forward, but a posse of Wakefield Trinity defenders on him straight away. Wakefield coming up very, very fast. John Hamer will be expecting a lot from John and Roy today. With Eugene Vaughanville in the back row, that gives that a little bit of extra firepower to Bradford to suck in this Wakefield defence, and then hopefully that Robbie Paul will be able to launch the likes of Newell and Fraze back to Fox, who switches play to David Watson. Watson kicks down the field, but as you can see, both Myers and Newell have yards offside and the ball bouncing towards them. Interesting decision by the referee. Do they have to go 10, or is it from where the ball bounced? Because the ball bounced back at least 5 metres there. Dale Powell with his first touch of the balls. I'm sure Dale will be a little bit nervous. Never really quite cracked it up Bradford Northern. Had a good start in David Spells. David Hobbs, his first spell as coach. Then fell out of favour and had been plagued by injuries and the like. Obviously a man a lad rich in potential. Captain of England schoolboys. Marlowe driving forward for Bradford. Now doing the last tackle. Well, the Wakefield Trinity players lying deep, but they are going to run it. Nice little run round there with Forshaw, but the ball gets knocked down. Well, an obstruction spotted there by the referee. Rather silly, because that would have been back to 1 for Wakefield as it is. Gives little Derek Fox time to relieve the pressure. Puts the ball into Wakefield half, about 10 metres past the halfway line, and John Hamer takes the ball forward. A lot of the fans glad to see Hamer recalled to the action. He's one that's been out of favour just recently in his testimonial year here at the club. Medley there making great yards. Just a little comment there about Summers playing number 9. Obviously the former Henley halfback should have no problems ripping the ball away, as we saw there from Marker. Really an asset that Bradford Northern should be playing on. As Dave Watson shuffles his way through. Just inside the 20-metre mark now. Once again out to Fox, and Bradford looking very, very lively in these early stages. McDermott though getting pulled down there, just not quite deep enough to get the ball out to Nulov. It brings us to the last tackle. Summers just signaling his intentions. He's the man who puts the kick up. A superb kick right underneath the post. Well, John Hurst couldn't take that, couldn't quite see who scored for Northern. But all coming from a superb kick by Neil Summers. Signaling the intentions right from the off. He raised his hand up. And straight away, Bradford Northern just getting the tonic they wanted with that start after just 4 minutes. Little Derek Fox makes no mistakes with the kick. Right between the middle. So a dream start for Bradford and a dream start for Robbie Paul there. Paul Harkin just been on to have a word with his charges. I'm sure relaying the messages via the headphones from David Hobbs. We'll sat somewhere up there in the stand with his assistant. Good chase and a good kick there on that occasion. It's imperative now that Wakefield keep in contention here. They don't want to be giving anything away. Hints of line on there, well spotted by the referee. Good decision. And then rather sillily, one of the Wakefield players giving them away a further 10 metres. Talking to the referee, you don't know why players do it, they never get away with it. I'm sure it's a coach's nightmare. Roy Powell now certainly getting a bit between his teeth. He drives the ball, slips it beautifully to Nulov. Nulov though just really, as is always going to be, very, very closely marked. John Hamer driving forward. Now Bradford Northern with a overlap on the right hand side if the ball gets moved out, but once again Wakefield in the form of Peaver and Slater slowing the game down. Summers shooting away from marking. Super ball out to Fraser. He catches it. Little comment there on Summers as a hooker. I mean, a lot of people have been advocating for a long time that could be Neil's best position. He's pacey, he's strong. He's got a superb pass from acting halfback, and I don't see any reason why this youngster, if he concentrates on that position and goes all the way and gets a great bidding shirt. However, it's Wakefield now in possession. A good catch there by Paul Brown. Not the best of kicks from Robbie Paul on that occasion. Wakefield, if you can remember, at Bellevue started like a house on fire, then really tired badly. I'm sure David Hobbs and Brian Noble will have had them up in the fitness levels as the season has progressed. Slightly forward pass there to Marlowe, but the referee really in no position to see it. Once again the ball goes back to Whittaker, who puts the kick, diagonal kick in across the field. So Derek Fox now just surging his players back. Little Dave Watson comes into the line. And there we see that familiar one-handed pass there as Richard Slater tried to drag him down. When you're playing with Dave Watson, you've got to be ready for that ball to come out at any time, because he just slips it from the impossible positions. So Bradford, in the form of Hamer and Powell, making a very, very good start. Certainly making big yards at the moment. And this little fella having a great influence on the game. Another superb kick there from Neil Summers. Not very often now you see the acting halfback kicking. Obviously Summers acting under instructions from Coach Fox. Just taking a little bit of pressure off Derek Fox. Early break for Wakefield. Now it's going to be a straightforward race. David Fay should have good pace, but David Myers is chasing. I think he'll catch him. Brilliant tackle by David Myers. I look like Bradford all the numbers now. Must get back quickly. Last knock on there by David Myers. Certainly a try-saving tackle, that. Number 1, John Hurst, showed great pace there as he went through. Now a lot of numbers out here of Wakefield, but Peaver not really bending his back enough to pick that ball up. Well, that last ditch interception there by David Myers, and that last ditch tackle saving a certain try for Wakefield Trinity. Excellent defensive play. What a superb break there by Hurst, right from his own line, going fully 70-80 metres. Just really dying off in that last 10 metres. Of Watson breaks the line superbly. The man outside him, Robbie Paul, screaming for the ball, and Watson, when he should have passed, he kept hold of it, and that's David Watson for you. Bourneville. Strong defence by Wakefield again. John Hamer, right pal outside him, but decides to go himself. A hint of a high tackle there. Touch judge. Referee just had a quick look at the touch. The touch and having none of it though. So it brings us to the last tackle. Out to Fox. Fox on this occasion decides to move it. Feeds Robbie Paul, but Bradford Northern getting caught in possession on the last tackle, and that's not the best of play by the two little half-backs. Nigel Bell. What a stalwart he's been for Wakefield over the seasons. Tremendous player. Playing numerous positions. Bradford Northern foolishly getting penalised for holding down. We don't mind as long as the referee's going to show us consistency throughout the game. That's all the Bradford Northern. Well, you were right in line with that when you heard the crowd scream for the forward pass. Look, yards forward to me. Now Bradford Northern have to come up off the line very, very fast here. So again, it's Peaver sucking the Bradford Northern defence in. Aaron Whittaker just calling for the ball. Eventually, out it goes. Nice little run round to the short ball there. Best of pitching though to Adrian Flynn, though didn't really time that ladder early on to his run. The switch of play again. Dummy inside, eventually Bell gets the ball. He's well tackled though, but this is the last tackle. Little kick through, well taken though by Christie. Excellent take on the full, very, very brave, going down right at the feet of the advancing Wakefield Trinity player. Now Bradford Northern having to drive out. I'm sure it'll be a couple of drives and the ball will be decked down to Fox. Looking for that long, deep kick. Powell. Up to Bourneville. Bourneville looking to unload, does unload, gets the ball to Summers. Nearly an interception. Now we have the last tackle. Long ball out to Fox. This time Fox pucks the ball over the Wakefield defence, straight to Hurst. Hurst using his feet, flicks the ball up nicely. Bit of a lull as Dale Powell comes in from acting half-back, picks the ball up, tries to go himself. Certainly these Wakefield Trinity centres getting very much involved in the game. As we come to the last tackle, in quite our position. Wakefield having a rub of the green, coming away with the ball on that occasion, but really the ball came off the man. Well, a bit to be careful about Brian here when he plays the ball. Well tackled. Dave Watson scurrying away from marker. Wakefield looking at very, very fast. Metropolitan really not insisting on the 10 metres. As Hamer goes in again. Fox. Paul floats a nice ball out to No Love. No Love steps inside. Powell certainly will be marking No Love very, very closely. Two young players. I suppose really he could say that No Love done everything in the game. Great international for a few seasons now, regarded by many as possibly the best centre in the world. Young Dale Powell, rich in potential, but as yet really to make his mark on the game. So Billy Conway feeds the ball. Whittaker gets it. Once again, the Wakefield wingers coming inside. Move that we've seen many, many times from clubs, and it very, very rarely comes off, but yet they persist in doing it. Adrian Flynn, Academy International in the second row last season, one of the few successes of the Academy tour to Australia, but certainly a big, wholehearted player. A little Billy Conway scoots away from the acting halfback position. Billy Conway, who's been playing hooker throughout the season for Wakefield. So with 15 minutes gone, it's still Bradford Northern 6, Wakefield 0. Good chasing by Bradford. Ball goes back, Hamer on it like a flash. That's good play by Bradford Northern. The referee giving a knock on, no, that's a poor decision. Is he saying that the Bradford man knocked it out of the Wakefield Trinity player's hands? Well, he is, yes, because Wakefield got the head and ball, and that's a very, very dubious decision, Metropolitan. I'm sure the Bradford spectators, well, I know the Bradford spectators don't agree with you. Neither did little Derek Fox. He was the first to make the protest to the referee. Whittaker switches play to Hurst, but Bradford really no way through for Wakefield when they're passing the ball like that, really standing still and receiving, or they'll be taking the ball at pace and going forward. Bradford playing very, very well though, really, confining Wakefield into their own half. Once again, a good ball to Gildart. Conway tries to scoot away, but he's followed and tracked every inch of the way by Paul Medley, who eventually makes a tackle, and then little Billy wants to have a little bit of a buzz with him. Six very good tackles there from Bradford. Wakefield not getting anywhere at all. This time it's a long pass back. Hint of an obstruction there from big number 8 Ian Marlowe on Summers as he chased the ball. Watson now is going to be tremendous in broken play. The ball to Christopher, but Christopher going nowhere on that occasion. Once again, it's Watson. Does he drop the ball? Yes, he does, but it went back to the referee. Went back, says the referee. Well, this time, not quite sure who it was, but you could see the Wakefield Trinity player charging forward. Yards offside, and the referee right on the spot really had no hesitation in giving the free kick to Bradford Northern, who now are in the Wakefield half, and it's John Hamer who's driving forward. Big Eugene Bourneville certainly making inroads today at Bradford Northern. Three really huge pack. Nice switch of play this time to Brian McDermott. He steps through, makes excellent yards. Brian McDermott, the former Eastmore and Army second row man. Little Neil Summers shoots away from marker. Now this is where Bradford have to be careful. Big Brian McDermott probably won't have the best of passes from acting half back, but there's a superb job out to Watson. Watson throws a high ball up, and then like a flash, Summers, sorry, I should have said Newell, somehow manages a stopping touch. Don't know how he managed to do that. Now it's Fox, we'll see a little diagonal chick. No, it goes straight up. Wakefield under it, Hurst there, well taken. Bradford, did they get the ball? No, they don't. It's back to Wakefield, right on the Wakefield Trinity line. Surely Wakefield weren't standing square there. Bradford weren't standing square, but they get away with it. That's a good play by Bradford. Not an inch gain there, not a yard gain by the Wakefield Trinity, and 3 drives. And that's 4. And you can see really they're making about a foot every time they get the ball. So good is the Bradford marking. Now we come to the last tackle. Excellent set of tackling there from Bradford. Whittaker with a long kick back to David Watson. He takes it on the first bounce. Nigel Bell chasing him. There's a ball on the floor. You can never tell with David. The ball there just in one arm. Looked all every Sunday that he'd lost that one. To Powell. This time it's Bourneville. He spins round, tries to get the pass in. Right at the last minute though, decides to hold on to the ball. Summers going away from marker superbly. Now we come to the last tackle. He's certainly looked the part so far of Neil Summers, very lively, shooting away from marker on a number of occasions. Lovely little kick through by Fox. That'll be a try. That's got to be a try. Well, I don't know how the referee can give that decision. It seemed to... Well, it's given offside, that's what it is, but the Wakefield defender made a bit of a mess of it when Newey chased it. But the referee, after all the excitement, gives the Bradford Northern players offside at the kick. So Wakefield breathe again. This time it's Marlowe. One of those solitary charges that he's been making throughout this first half. Once again, Whittaker. He gets the ball to Gildart. And this time Bradford, Wakefield, sort of saying, making a little bit more yards. Flynn there, stepping inside, should have really been going forward, getting the ball on the roll. Long pass, superbly taken, but then thrown away. And it's Powell who has to clean up the act, really. He's kicking the ball, making sure. Halfway through this first half, 6-0 to Bradford Northern. Derek Fox with the put in. Ball goes out to Paul. Paul with a nice little delayed pass. Behind to David Watson. Watson still gets the ball away. This time it's Powell. Sorry, it's Robbie Paul. Summers to Hamer. So Bradford really not making much yardage there. Bourneville looking to hit and put the pass in when really he should have been driving forward, making those vital yards for Bradford. As it is, he was picked up and dragged back. Really took the momentum away from the Bradford attack. Hamer again, that's his second drive in his set of 6. Plays the ball quickly out to Powell. This time it is Roy Powell, I haven't mistaken him. Wakefield again slowing to play the ball, but they've got 3 men at that play the ball. Leave a big gap for Summers to go through. He stepped through beautifully, just can't make it. And once again it's a handover. But in a lot of occasions, a lot of people moaning and groaning, Bradford getting caught, but it's as good as anything really, just rather than panic, so we can tackle Wakefield on this, in this danger area. Powell goes away. Only a last-ditch tackle from Newell, manages to hold him off. Marlowe again steps out of one tackle and another tackle. Eventually Derek Fox has to come from his position as sweeper to pull him over. Now that's good yards from Wakefield, who decide to hit the blind again. Ball goes to Christie, who takes it well on the full. He cuts inside. David Frey just receiving a little bit of attention. Well, really a prime example there. What's Bradford Northern have got to do? They've got to support the man with the ball. David Watson just holding the ball, really begging support players to come to him, and nobody coming. Once again, it's Paul, puts a nice ball inside to No Love. No Love busts the first line of defenders. No Love's away. But he's well tackled and No Love's still going strong. What a difference this guy makes to Bradford Northern. Paul, out to Hamer. Hamer with a ball to Watson. He steps inside. Not the best of passes. Fox has to go down on it. Eventually he does get the ball out. That was Fraze. But Christie come inside and it was screaming for him on that wing. If he'd have stopped there, he'd have walked in. Fox going to have to kick, puts a little chip through. Has Hurst read it right? It's a superb kick. The ball hits the post and eventually Hurst has to put the ball dead. Wonderful kick from Derek Fox, perfectly weighted. Forcing the full-back into the only thing he could do, and that was to kick the ball over the line, which will give Bradford Northern another set of 6. David Watson in possession. Well, David, has he got away with it? No, he hasn't. Wakefield have the ball. Wakefield, this Dahl did go back. It's Adrian Flynn. Bradford Northern playing without a full-back at the moment. They must be very, very wary here. Eventually Dave Watson drifts back into position. After that little error. Gildart once again driving down the blind side. Whittaker, the ball to Hurst. Well, that'll be back to 1. Not the wisest of things to do there by David Myers. Once again, Wakefield with the ball. That rather schoolboy arrow and Marlowe nearly busting through there. This time out to Whittaker. He's got the options inside. Peaver coming at great pace, but wonderful tackling by Bradford Northern right on their own line. Foreshort in half back. Whittaker's involved in everything, puts the ball out to Flynn. Myers, sort of should say, Fraze, hanging on like grim death to him, and then eventually stands all over him. Well, that'll be a kick out underneath the post. So very, very silly there. David Fraze getting involved in a little altercation and took his eyes off the ball at that play, the ball, and Wakefield nearly sneaked in there. As it was, the Bradford defence just managed to kill the ball, but they'll be kicking out underneath their own post when play restarts. Derek Fox was taking his time, letting his troops get a little bit of wind down them. Ball picked up by Powell. Well, end of a forward pass. The referee once again looking at his linesman, but they're not in the best position to see. A lovely little backflip there from Billy Conway. This time the referee does see it. I didn't think that one was forward. Off we go, and it's a nice kick after that little, what will look like a deliberate offside, the referee has ruled. Crowd really wanting Bradford Northern to play a little bit more expansive rugby rather than playing it down the ruck. Summers shooting away. Flynn up on him very, very fast. A little bit of a cheap shot going in there as well. To Bo, out to Fox. Fox to Paul. Paul moves it nicely to Dave Watson. Dave shimmies, puts the ball inside to Nulov, who steps inside beautifully, but Wakefield up once again. Very, very fast on Nulov. Roy Powell steps the ball beautifully. Good play from Big Roy. But look, there's nowhere for him to go. Bradford Northern really have got to start making inroads into this Wakefield defence. Hamer, he gets tackled. This brings us to the last tackle of this set of 6. This time it's Summers who feeds the ball. Little chip over. Superb kick, and Bradford are all onside. Surely obstruction there by Marlowe on David Watson. I think the referee is giving a knock on. But a lovely little kick there by Derek Fox, who will get possession from this scrum, hopefully. Pushed Robbie Paul out as Watson comes into the line. There, the kick through. Blatant obstruction by the Wakefield defence. Nulov with good pace. He's got a try. Super try by Paul Nulov. Right on the half-hour stage. Obviously a set piece. Watson just waited until the line came up, and then right at the last moment put a delicate little chip through, perfectly weighted for Paul Nulov, who outpaced the Wakefield Trinity full black to score over in just next to the post. So as we come up to half-time, Bradford with a nice comfortable 12-point lead. Bradford substitutes. Paul Dixon and Roger Simpson just warming up. Obviously want a piece of the action. It's Whittaker once again to start the game for Wakefield Trinity. Kicks deep. Well, John Hamer taking the wrong option there. He left the ball. He's holding his head. Not all that. Well, I thought he missed the ball. Referee must have got a slight touch to him at the back, on the back. Paul Medley. It was actually not John Hamer. I apologise to that, John. Must have just caught Medley as it went in, because they, well, they get the ball from the scrum. Well, a slight hint of a knock-on. Did the ball touch the ground? Then certainly things warming up out there. I don't know what David Fraser said to Adrian Flynn, but certainly not. After a bit of a let-off there, the referee and the linesman clearly pointed to the fact that it was a Wakefield ball. I don't think Wakefield won it from the head. I think it was the fact that Bradford just picked the ball up and put it in. So Wakefield are using their backs, taking Bradford towards this post. Once again, it's Big Gildart, the former Wigan player, Ian Gildart. He's seen better times. Nigel Bell. Only a small chap, but really has a heart and size of a lion. Nice dummy, well taken. Garabell, Wakefield's got the numbers out here. Whittaker steps inside, and last tackle. Once again, good defence from Bradford. Little chip over. Watson just flops down on the ball. Just make sure. Once again, when Wakefield get to that try line, they look a little bit short of ideas. That'll be, once again, another silly move by Wakefield. Have lost herself 20 metres. Out to Paul. Paul really has get the dicker driving, but a nice ball to Nulov. Nulov takes it well. All kinds of hanky-panky going on to play the ball. Eventually Nulov does play it. Bourneville will begin to look a little bit tired. He drives the ball in. Wakefield yards offside on the far side as Hamer drives in, met by solid defence. Fox once against the Paul. Once again inside ball, this time to Myers. Powell, he drives forward, well tackled. Good tackling. Ian Gildart. Wakefield now trying a bit of steel this time. Not the best of kicks though there by Summers from Harker. Powell's acting half back. Ooh, to be careful, and straight away Dial knew what he was doing. Running behind his man. A little bit unfortunate, these things happen. So Derek Fox. A little bit of a misunderstanding between Dale Powell and I think it was Robert Peaver, or sorry, Richard Slater. Bradford Northern once again on the attack in the shape of Roy Powell, who does well, beats his man superbly. Good yard for Roy. Now Hamer comes charging through. Paul decides to go himself, step in, looking very, very dangerous. Fox getting his men deep as possible. An earth being taken there, and eventually Billy Conway being penalised. A quick tap. The referee is going to decide what's going on here. There's an altercation needs to post right in front of the referee. One of the Wakefield players just leaving the pitch. Obviously 10 minutes. I think it was Billy Conway who had a bit of a misunderstanding with the referee. Not going back 10, I think it's more professional foul than anything else. But Fox, I'm sure, will have no difficulty here, just tagging on his third goal. So little Derek Fox puts that one over. About 4 minutes to go before half-time. For Northern leading by 14 points to 0. For that third goal there from Derek Fox. Swearing Whittaker. That little indiscretion by Wakefield starts the game again, I suppose one could say. It all came from that silly kick at the play of the ball. Brian McDermott. Once again, Wakefield striking at the ball. David Watson coming into the line. Powell backing up inside, but the ball is not quite reaching him. John Hamer was in a big half. Feeds it off his number, Roy Powell. Sorry, his fellow prop, Roy. Ironic cheers from the fans, and a nice interlinking there between the two Bradford Pops. Now it's Medley. Medley showing the pace which we all know he possesses, but over the last few games hasn't been as evident as what we would like to see. Once again, lovely little chip. Paul's in there again. The Wakefield Trinity player just getting onto it. That'll be play on, surely. Bradford in possession. Fox shrugs his shoulders. He wants the ball. We've already got it. I can't really see the point in having a scrum. But those little rules really which I can't understand. But a superb chip there by the Bradford skipper Derek Fox. But Bradford on possession again, and that scored just before half time, which is what the doctor ordered. Watson comes in from the blind side, floats the ball out to Nulov, who tries to go round Dale Powell. Powell just clings onto a leg. Myers having a little flurry, steps inside. Nobody in front of him. He can get up and play the ball his way, but you can see Wakefield really slowing play down. John Hamer will be my pick of the Bradford forwards this half. He's picked up and he's driven back. Now Bradford really overloading the blind side. Everybody in. Even Christie's drifted across from the right wing. Ball held up beautifully for Medley, who charges forward. Newlove decides to go himself, the big fella. He must be so close. Well, I thought for an instant the referee had pointed to the try line. Well, a lot of football skills being shown there. Wonderful goalkeeping save by Nigel Bell, I think it was. Little Derek Fox tried to put the ball through. Once again, it's Marlowe driving forward. Certainly Bradford looked the most promising side. Bell, he gets the ball to Peaver, who we haven't seen much of this half. Whittaker with a long kick. Just being held up. So Myers with a chance to get Bradford on. A swinging leg, just catching David Watson there. We're right under stroke of half time now. Timekeeper's just putting a little bit of injury time on. This time it's Summers screwing away once again from Marker, making a good 15 metres. Well, there goes the half-time hooter. Everything going in Bradford's favour. A lead of 14 points to nil. Tries from Newlove and Robbie Paul, the debut boy, with 3 goals from Derek Fox. And let's just hope we have plenty more of it in the second half. Well, here we go for the second half. Once again, it bearing Whittaker, who seemed to have spent most of the time kicking off. I'm sure to put the butt deep, looking very, very quickly. Here's any changes. Seems to be a bit of a change at full back. I think it's David Bailey that's come on for. Lee Charles has switched to the wing. I'm sure we'll find out in a minute. The exact change in Bradford Northern Lookers, they're already starting off as they finished off. So the word from Peter Fox has been just to try and get the ball a little bit wider to Newlove and Fraze. Let Bradford Northern use this tremendous pace such to have in the 3-quarter line. Ball goes back to Fox, who kicks it deep, a long angle kick into the corner, bounces superbly, forcing the Wakefield to shoot full back Belly to turn right around, picks up on his own line, a magnificent kick, 90 metres there by little Derek Fox. John Hurst, I think, who has left the field for Wakefield Trinity. Lee Childs switching over there. Bradford up very, very fast. Once again, it's Marlowe. Possibly been to pick up the Wakefield pack in the first half. Made some very good, robust runs. This time it's Peaver. He gets the ball out superbly. Chance now for Flynn. Flynn gets a wonderful kick in. Now I managed to do that. But David Watson will have no problem picking the ball up. And he cuts inside. Flynn rather high, I want to think, and eventually goes down with the elbow. And sure, the linesman have got to do something there. Well, the linesman having none of it, and that really was poor play. David Watson taking an elbow right into his jaw. You could see it from up here on the gantry, so I'm sure he could see it from down there. Hint of a forward pass, and this time McSorlton spots it straight away. So Bradford Northern a little bit too eager there. Brian McDermott overrunning the ball. Whittaker puts the ball in. Forshaw's going to stand off. Flynn tackles it and plays the ball very, very quickly. We're out to Forshaw. Bradford Northern taking the ball to the post. Wakefield taking the ball to the post, should I say. Once again it's Marlowe, but once again on his own, nobody in support. Nice switch inside by Whittaker. Good yards by Wakefield. Some good last-ditch tackling by Bradford in the shape of Roy Powell and Paul Medley. Once again, up very, very fast. Forshaw gets the ball away. Now it's a last tackle. Really supplying out, crying out for support players. Well, that's a very good kick. Ball going dead. So Bradford Northern have the advantage, really. You could see, as I mentioned earlier there, it's often better just to hand the ball over on the opponent's line, so you're tackling them there rather than bringing it right out to the 25. And surely that Wakefield player must have been offside. No way they would be back to the 10-metre line. Fox now makes a lovely little break. Good yard from Derek Fox. Good play by Bradford Northern. Good play the ball, and a shot if Bradford keep up this pressure. The tries will come, well taken by Paul, who throws a lovely ball out. Class play there, and David Myers really should have done better. Wasn't the best of passes, but the kind of pass that really would expect David Myers, a man of his calibre, to take. And really, if he just managed to hold on to that, it'd have been a straight walk for a man of David Myers' pace right into the corner. Oh, it is a little bit of let off for Wakefield. They trail 14 points to 0, so I think that would have been curtains if that one had gone in. Charles being missed out. Bailey takes the ball. He steps inside. Plays the ball to himself. Surely nobody was stood. Well, got away with it. I think a very, very lucky man. Forward pass by a mile. That should be a Bradford ball. Surely that man's offside. Offside, knock on, take your pick. Comedy about us there on that occasion. Derek Fox, not missing about. He wants to get on with things. He puts the ball in. Derek Christie wants the ball. One pass out to McDermott. Roy Powell, he drives forward. Good yards from Big Roy. One gets the feeling though, if Bradford just unleashed his backs, Scott, the points are there for the taking. This is more like it from Bradford. Lovely, superb pass from Paul out to Nulov. And that's really what the spectators want to see. Eventually Nulov does play the ball. Watson's coming to the line. Numbers out wide. Summers puts a nice little ball inside. Really Bradford now running rampant. Watson shoots away from marker. Puts the ball out superbly to Nulov. Might have been better just passing a little bit earlier. Fox hits the blind side. Myers drops the ball again. Wakefield have it. Now it's Bradford's turn to do the tackling. A massive 10 by the referee. Yet still the Wakefield players managing to make that a little bit of extra yardage. Once again it's Marlowe. He takes Wakefield to the 20-metre line right on the last tackle. The ball goes back to Bailey. That's charged down by Roy Powell. He holds on to it. Bradford should have the ball. Bradford have it. Well, surely the referee's got to play on from there. I think he's signaling that the Bradford player knocks on. Wakefield get them ball off. For my money, that was a charge down by Big Roy Powell. It'd be Wakefield's head and ball, should I say. And as we know from the laws of the game, the charge down does not constitute a knock on. So I'm afraid, Mr. Lodson, you're out of order there. Nice ball held up for Forshaw, who plays it very quickly, gets a good ball out. That should be Powell's ball. Yes, Roy Powell down the ball like a flash. He gets the ball. Well, once again, the referee giving a knock on. Roy Powell was in disbelief. Certainly a decision given by the touch judge. Roy seemed to have his back to me, so I wouldn't commit myself one way or the other. So Wakefield get the ball again. This time they come away down the blind side Forshaw. Eventually he gets the ball away to Paul Brown. Paul Brown plays it quickly. Not the best of passes, but well picked up by Marlowe. Unload beautifully for a big man. Whittaker gets the ball to Bailey. They've called come inside. Referee says play on. I don't know how they arrived at that decision, but Lee Child finishes up with the ball. Forward pass there for my money. Certainly missing a lot at the moment is the ref. Well, Wakefield the numbers now if they can pass it, but superb tackling by Newlove and Myers. Closing Wakefield down there with a two-man overlap. I'm sure it'll hit the blind again, and they have. There's a little kick through. Watson has to kick it dead. In the perfect position, sweeping behind his defence. So it'd be David Fraser, who seems to have got himself the job as dropout specialist for Bradford Northern. He catches the ball very sweetly. Finds Forshaw right on the halfway line, who drives the ball forward. He still manages to slip the ball up to Nigel Bell, and that had to be a forward pass to that one. The crowd roar their approval at Mr. Ollerton's on-the-spot decision, and at last they feel justice has been done as they get a decision going their way. Derek Fox feeds the scrum. Watson's coming to the line. He takes the ball, goes inside, but he drops the ball. Referee said it's gone back, does it? No, it's a knock on, and that's the second time Dave Watson's done it. So Bradford Northern on the first tackle, relinquished possession, giving it away again. This time Wakefield come away with the ball. Ball out to Adrian Flynn, this strong centre, robust player. Wants to play the ball quickly. Paul Brown gets the ball, he shoots in, but well tackled by Medley. Certainly good yards made there by the Wakefield winger. Switching play. Watson though picks his man up, throws him back. Eventually the ball, after 3 or 4 passes, get to Marlowe, but he was the wrong man there. That's where the half-back should be taken over. That's a superb pass there though by little Billy Conway. It's a loping pass. Myers coming up for the interception. Dale Powell, and how he'd love a try this afternoon against his old club. Once again they hit the line. There's a little kick through, superbly picked up. Is it by Myers or is it Newlove? Very, very hard to see on the far corner there. Look like big Paul Newlove. Summers to Hamer. Hamer certainly justified his reselection in this Bradford Northern side this afternoon. Never stopped working. Tirelessly brought the ball forward for Bradford Northern. Good kick over the fullback's head. David Fraser hot on pursuit. Fullback goes down. Fraser's got to make his tackle here. Chases his man and brings him down without any problems. Good chasing game there by the French international. Lee Child, he steps inside. Once again it's Child who picks the ball up. So Wakefield looking rather a bedraggled lot at the moment. Forshaw, he puts the ball through. Big number 11, Robert Peaver. He loses the ball. Referee, has he seen it? He hasn't, but the touch judge has. Eventually decisions given in Bradford Northern's favour. And Bradford looking to make their first substitution. Be a straight swap, I should think. Little Roger Simpson going on for number 1, is it? And Paul Dixon. He got on for John Hamer, which I find a little bit surprising. Certainly worked hard as John Hamer for Bradford today. And gets a worthy round of applause as he takes his place up on the bench. Well, little Roger Simpson had an outstanding game for Bradford Northern against Australia. Certainly would have done his chances no harm at all of getting a contract in the Wakefield Cup when he decides to go over there. A referee right on the spot of 3 Wakefield defenders. Pick up Summers and drag him back. It's little Roy Powell stepping and sliding. Well, as though little Robbie took 1 or 2 cheap shots there. 1 or 2 Bradford Northern players looking to defend the youngster. The referee right on the spot though. High tackle being given. Referee eventually calms stuff down. Oh, Derek Fox just had on the extra 2 points to make it 16-0. His 4th goal of the afternoon if he gets it. Strikes it, just drifts wide. So the scores remain 14 points to 0 in Bradford's favour. There'll be a kick out on the 20. Well taken by Brian McDermott. Beginning to establish himself now in the Bradford Northern side after serving his apprenticeship in the Alliance side for a couple of seasons. Quick play the ball by Paul Dixon there. 1 or 2 of the Bradford players a little bit confused, but they managed to get away with it. Fox chased across the field by opposite number Billy Conway. Dixon again unloads beautifully to Simpson, his fellow substitute. Not the best of passes. Last tackle is Roy. We're going to see a kick from Roy Powell. Up and under from Mr. Powell. And he follows his kick up superbly. Excellent play there by the big Bradford Northern pal. Now Flynn cuts inside. Well, this time it's Bradford a little bit guilty of a high tackle, and Neil Summers popped it off a little bit of retribution there. Great yards by Forshaw, catching Bradford Northern sleeping a little bit there, and this game a long way from over. Bradford Northern with a 14-point lead, but if Wakefield should manage to score, and certainly their tails will be up. And I said the Bradford Northern defence had looked very, very solid. Long pass. This time it's Flaney, wants his man to come inside. He's thrown into touch. Youngster really should have let the ball go there to Paul Brown, but he just managed to hang on. Found himself really falling into touch rather than being pulled in by David Fraze. The crowd, once again it seems a cheap shot, a little ball there, going right over the top. Youngster seems to be all right. I don't know why they're singling Robbie out for this kind of treatment. Well, David Myers, I think, getting 10 minutes in the sin bin for running into the incident, and I'm sure the Wakefield man must get 10 as well. Not quite sure who the Wakefield defender is. Well, the Bradford fans baying for blood there. So we're now down to 12 aside. We might have a little bit of open rugby. First look, I think it was possibly Billy Conway who ended up being with David Myers for 10 minutes. Brian McDermott playing really well, butting tackles at will, but then spotted all by throwing it back to one. The ball never touched the floor. Referee Shawley. Well, a knock-on being given there. Instead, I was singing the accolades of Brian McDermott. The ball seemed to slip out of his grasp. Well, in the absence of David Miles, Paul Medley has just gone onto the wing. It wasn't Billy Conway who was in the bin with him, because there is Billy. Certainly been impressed with the Bradford Northern defence today. It's been very, very tight. No chinks have appeared. Been very, very rare that Wakefield have managed to breach it. Marlowe again, driving the ball forward, as he'd done all afternoon. Whittaker gets the ball away. We're going behind the man though. Just time the referee says play on. We've seen him giving knock-ons, and Wakefield looking a very tired lot now as they trail back. That's a charge down by Medley. Bailey better be very, very quick. He gets the ball up eventually. And then goes to the touch. Well, that really is rank bad play there by the Wakefield Trinity substitute. And I'm sure that Paul Harkin and Brian Nolan and David Hobbs be far from satisfied with that kind of play. Chance to really get 6 more cracks at Bradford Northern there, and the substitute running right into touch. Really diabolical play, the kind of play that you really wouldn't expect from under 11s. However, it's Bradford Northern's possession. Right on the 20-metre line. Foxy feeds the ball. As Bradford Northern attack down the blind side in the shape of Paul Newlove. Once again, it's McDermott, who seems to have taken over the mantle of the drives along with Roy Powell in the absence of John Hamer. Robbie Paul steps inside beautifully, gets a lovely pass out to Paul Dixon. Paul looking with that one-handed little pass inside to Gary Christie. He'd sure he'd love to score as well against one of his old clubs. Long ball to Fox, superb ball to Fox. Numbers are out here for Bradford now. Well, Bourneville on that occasion decides to go himself. And Bradford still have the numbers again if they move it left. Powell goes right in half back. Big Roy Powell feeds superbly. Wonderful ball to David. By David Fraser to Paul Dixon, who charges over. And really, I think that should seal the match for Bradford. And a good first 15 minutes, but really we haven't seen much of them since. As once again Whittaker starts the game. It's a long kick. Now the try scorer, Dixon, drives forward. He's picked up and he's thrown back. Roy Powell, who's never stopped trying, as he always does every week. Always tops the tackle count. Brian McDermott though is certainly now pushing for the first team place. Well, Roy Paul puts a lovely ball out to Simpson. Simpson out. The Paul Medley streaks in for another try. Gets it down just in time. Lovely play there from Bradford though. There's a lot of fans I wanted to see. Sort of they've moved the ball out wide. You've seen what an attacking force Bradford are. They've got the pace. But everything really, it's just getting that little combination right where the ball moves wide. The forwards have done the job. Superb pass from little Robbie Paul out to Roger Simpson, who then floated a wonderful pass out to Paul Medley, who had no bother taking it. They're really going to rub salt in the wounds now of this Wakefield Trinity side. Whittaker once again puts it deep. Fox tries to flick it up, quite go to him. Brian McDermott gets the ball, he's tackled. Not to Newlove. I've really seen a great deal of the ball this afternoon. Bourneville as Wakefield Trinity shuffle across the park. Paul Dixon being very, very impressive. A nice pair of fresh legs since he came on. Made a good yardage for Bradford. Scored that try almost on his introduction. Now this time Bailey catches the ball and then waits for the Bradford non-defence to come round. I can never understand why fullbacks do that rather than attacking the encroaching players. Imperative that Bradford keep a clean sheet this week after the trials and tribulations of the last couple of weeks. Thompson gets the ball away, nice bit of Thompson to Billy Conway, who cuts inside. Johnny Thompson again. Well, a wild pass. McDermott gets the ball. Wakefield finish up with it, and if he just passed it wide, you could see the numbers out there for Wakefield. So Wakefield at the moment is a battered Bradford line. A yard away. Bradford have held strong so far. Lovely floated ball. Well inside once again. Whittaker. What a tackle there though by McDermott, who had a tremendous tackling game, as well as running the ball in well as Myers. And Adrian Flynn decided to come back. Once again, they've got a bit of juggling. The ball goes back. Cross kick, well picked up by Newlove. Newlove attacking now. He steps inside one. Gets the ball away to Medley. Will Medley have the pace to go all the way? Coming straight back into the middle. And David Myers runs across to get his position on that left wing, hoping that the ball's going to come out as much to him as it has to Paul Medley in the last couple of minutes. Dixon driving well. Surely the Wakefield man had to be offside. He ran up before the ball had even been played. Johnny Thompson, the Wakefield Trinity substitute, having a little word, but Simpson. Roger Simpson, who's really injected this three-quarter line with life since his introduction. But very, very sharp and very pacey. Good pick up by Roy Powell. Not the best of passes from Summers. But Bradford still in possession. They play the balls. Fox switches play one way, then the other to Paul Dixon. He runs right into two Wakefield Trinity defenders though. Bradford now then just inside the 20. Once again, they won it on the blind side. As Summers charges his way through. So last tackle, Fox decided he's going to kick. I think that's a single. His hand up in the air. There's the kick, nice and high. Fullbacks underneath it. He makes an awful mess of it. Down goes the ball. It's try time once again for Bradford Northern. And once again we see a rather inept effort from one of the Wakefield Trinity players. I think that time it was a substitute, Bailey again. straightforward catch, the kind of catch that you have to take in the Premier Division of the Regals, let's say the Premier Division, the First Division of the Stonesborough Championship, the Big League as it's called. As Derek Fox puts it over to make it 28. Oh, nice to score on his debut, 28-0 to Bradford. About 5 minutes to go. Another try will be nice. The icing on the cake. Fox again. Scuttering and really been in the hub of everything for Bradford Northern today. Roy Powell. To Dixon, he's picked up, he's driven back. On ball out to Paul, Paul floats a good ball to Simpson again. He gets the ball out to Fraser, Fraser just hanging with one arm there. Adrian Flynn is opposite number chasing him all over. So he knows he's been in the game today, does David Fraser. Flynn in there again. Little cheap shot on the blind side. Failed to see how the touch judge didn't see that one. Little chip over. Bailey goes down, certainly balled it. Paul has the ball, he kicks forward. Is it Roy Paul? Robbie Paul again? Yes it is, try time. No problems at all there. Well chased up there by Robbie Paul. 2 tries on his debut. And there's still time to go.
The first one for Norman, number 6, Robbie Paul.
Derek Fox just adds on the extra, making it 34 points to 0. So 6 goals to Derek Fox. And Bradford Northern lead 34 points to 0. Just a couple of minutes remaining. A very sad and dejected Wakefield Trinity side. Noah Love decides to go himself. Bradford moving it wide. Noah Love decides to attack. Only got 1 try, Bradford Northern. 5 tries, only 1 to Noah Love. So often been criticised of Bradford being a one-man side. It's certainly been a good all-round team performance today as Fox gets the ball. Nice one to Roy Powell. Roy eventually does unload the ball, but Wakefield Trinity straight on Derek Fox. Once again it's out to Robbie Paul, who now shows his kicking skills as floats the ball over superbly. Well, a good yard's made there, but Lee Child, who's now gone back to full-back. Just in the time added on now. Well, it could have been high. Quick tap then, Wakefield not messing about. Good ball out, Forshaw, busts his tackle well. Gets the ball out. But good defence by Bradford Northern. That'll be a sin bin offence, and surely well, Gary Christie really spoiling a poor performance, getting sin binned. But he's certainly enjoyed himself today. He's played in a winning side, he's got winning pay, and that's more than he's had for the last few weeks at Wakefield. So once again, well, Wakefield just sneaking in the corner for a try, really. As they give it. Bradford Northern see there's some dispute in it. Linesman says no try. Bradford get on with it. Roger Simpson wants it. Simpson gets the ball. He cuts inside. No way will the Wakefield Trinity players back. The 10-metre line. And it's once again it's Paul Medley who finds himself on the wing. That was David Myers who'd take the drive in this one time. It is Medley. He gets the ball, he gets driven in. Wonderful pick up by Derek Fox. Right off his toes. Paul again now. Superb ball out to little Roger Simpson. Simpson scutters through one. Eventually just pulled to ground. Referee signals to get on with play. Fox takes it well and still keeps the ball alive. The last tackle. Bradford sending all the runners through. This time Lee Child gets the ball, takes it on the first bounce. He tries to take on David Myers on the outside, but I don't think he'll have much chance of going round David. Pacey player that he is. Once again, a little bit of altercation. The Wakefield Trinity throws the ball away. What decision referee going to give here? Surely he can't penalise anybody. And he can't make him play it again. He threw it away, sir, surely. Well, I think the referee there has taken the easy option there. Well, Lee Summers worthily being awarded the man of the match for Bradford Northern. Has he found a position that he's going to retain? After playing at full-back, centre, loose forward. But Bradford Northern come away with the ball. Roy Powell. Roy will be going to pass it eventually. He does. It's Fox. Out to Bobby Paul. Paul goes round his man. Then cuts back inside. And still struggles, but manages to stop. With a little bit of help from David Frey, manages to stop in play. Fox with a good ball to Roy Powell. And Roy Powell just can't see enough of that ball. Once again, Bradford hit the blind side in the shape of Medley. Medley tries to go straight through his man, but Paul Brown just clings on to him. Fox out to Paul. Paul misses his man out, gets the ball to Simpson. Simpson takes it. Basketball style. Derek Fox. Once again, it's Medley. Medley goes down the outside. Wonderful ball. Dixon just couldn't quite take it. Wakefield should get the ball. Childs picks it up, steps inside. David Fraves it was, sorry, not Paul Dixon. Once again, it's Billy Thompson, who's looked very lively since he's come on, but Wakefield have dropped the ball, have they? Bradford in possession. Now they're going to get a last fling now to try and get up to the 40 mark. Be very, very nice for Bradford if they could. Kick through there. Certainly would it taken off the ball. The referee seems to think so. Yes, it was. Well, there goes the hooter. Is it? Bradford take a quick tap. Spinning round, the ball goes back. Bradford Northern move it wide to Simpson. Simpson cuts inside, gets the ball once again to Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul now on his own, he steps inside. He's still going, is Robbie Paul. Certainly had an impressive debut of this youngster. Well, there goes the hooter. It's all over now. A final score of Bradford Northern 34, Wakefield Trinity 0. Certainly a very welcome change of fortunes for Bradford Northern. after that horrendous defeat at Oldham in midweek. Tries throughout the afternoon, shared between Gary Christie, Paul Newlove, 2 for the debutant boy Robbie Paul, 1 for Paul Medley, 1 for Paul Dixon, and 6 goals there from little skipper Derek Fox. So a good performance from Bradford Northern. Let's hope they bounce back. It's the right way to do it. 34 points nil. Still a long way to go, but Bradford Northern are still in contention for that Stonesborough Championship.